Howdy folks, and welcome back to officially the first coffee time with Cobra in the new place. I'm still, as you can see, in the process of unpacking. Yes, that is a Mando helmet there. Don't ask. If you're not part of the Mando 50, if you're not part of the Mandalorian Mercs or part of the 501st, don't ask. So where do I begin? I'm not a big fan of this place. This room is way smaller than I was living in. Upside is it has little cubbies in the wall, as you can see, with some fairly decent storage size. So I might be able to put the majority of the stuff I'm not using away. Downside is I do not have enough room to set up my paint booth to where I want it, which means I won't be able to paint any of my miniatures or even get my 3D printer started up until this wardrobe over here is disassembled, because there's a little cubby section behind it that I'm going to turn into an open air wardrobe. And so yeah, there's that. My friend Catherine, she's gone home now. Sad. Absolutely love Catherine. I've known her for 10 plus years. She is an absolute sweetheart, and she's actually looking at moving to Reading. So this is kind of a bit of a good news, bad news situation, which means if she does move down here, there's a high chance that me and her are gonna find a two-bedroom place and move in together. And we are very like-minded people. We keep ourselves to ourselves, but we're very like-minded, as in lifestyle-wise, things of that nature. So we would get along incredibly well, incredibly well. And honestly, the things that's been going on with my friend, she deserves a little bit of happiness. I'm not gonna lie, she does deserve a bit more happiness. Um, and I do absolutely fundamentally adore her. And we've got a little WhatsApp thing going on. And she just let me know she got home safe. She took the coach home last night from like 8 o'clock in the evening. She just got home at like 8 o'clock in the morning. So she was all night for traveling through London, through England. Mm. Um, while she was here, she did ask me a few questions, and I told her I would answer them during the coffee time with Cobra. Because some of these questions, some of you guys have brought up as well, in private on Discord as well as on Twitch, and that's to do with my face, namely up here. What's going on up here? Okay, these are not plugs. Okay, everyone keeps thinking that these are plugs. They're not plugs. Okay, this is actually my hairline. Okay, now you may notice that my hairline grows here and then it abruptly just stops here. That's because this side of my face, okay, and if I shave my beard off, you'll be able to see a scar running down here all the way up. And there's even a scar down. If I can shave this bit that bit, you'll see a scar. You can probably still see it. If you look carefully, you can probably still see a scar in there. And my eyebrow along here. The scar on my left eyebrow, this one, is from boxing, where they had to cut me constantly because I kept bleeding well with my temple. This scar is from IE damage from an IED. It tried to kill. The IED tried to kill me, as well as sadly taking 3 of my friends' lives. We were doing a foot patrol in Afghanistan, and an IED went off and it killed 3 of my friends, and it almost killed me. I took shrapnel to the face, to the neck, to the ribs, to the legs, both legs. Luckily, I've still got all my fingers and I've still got all my toes. However, I do have nerve damage, and I'm still trying to get the MOD and PIP and a few other things. I've also been diagnosed clearly now with PTSD, survivor's guilt, a whole slew of mental health issues and whatnot, which do explain a lot. And I mean, I've been fully diagnosed, and I should be on PIP, on permanent disability, just for those. I don't want to go on disability. This is the thing I keep trying to explain to people. Is every time I go to do see, here in England, when you go to on disability, you get to talk to someone, a disability advisor, and you have to tell them your worst day. Okay, you got to tell them how bad it is, the pain, everything. You have to be completely honest. I keep personally lying to them because I don't want to go on disability. I don't. I don't want to go on disability because if I go on disability, that shuts out certain potential employment routes for me to take so that I can get out of this country. I want to leave England. I don't want to be in England. I want to fucking leave. I want to go. I want to go. I just want to leave. My children are all grown up. They've all given me their blessing. The only other human being on this planet and in this entire country that I was waiting to get their blessings from, they gave it to me just shortly before they passed away. That's my grandmother. So I've got everyone's green light to leave, to just up and go. And that's what I do want to do. I do want to up and go. But, and this is a big but I want to do it knowing that there is a certain line of employment waiting for me. Currently, right now, what I'm doing is remote penetration testing, as well as sometimes physical penetration testing, which means I get paid to try and break into people's places of business, both digitally and physically. And I use all slew of things like rubber duckies, modified Wi-Fi hubs and whatnot, and steal people's internet connections, and then Trojan in, and a whole bunch of other stuff. There's tons of ways to do it. Session hijackers, you name it. And no, VPNs don't protect you from some of the things you think about. And so the problem with that is some countries don't consider that a largely gainful employment, namely countries that I want to call home, which for me would be either Japan, America, maybe Canada. The reason why Japan is because I spent 8 months in Japan it was 8 months it was almost 8 months to a year, so it was about 8 to 11 months. It was like one of those weird things because I got an extension on my visa, my employment visa, and I was working as a IT consultant in a very lucrative. I can't tell you the company, but they did offer me my own place, everything else. It was lovely. My landlady, she was adorable. I loved her to bits. She tried hooking me up with one of her other tenants. I've spoken about this before. And I loved Japan. I was in Osaka, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. The head office was in Tokyo, so sometimes I would have to catch a train into Tokyo. But Osaka was where it was based at, and yeah, I loved it. I absolutely loved it. Canada, I've never been. I've looked into Canada. I've been that close. I've been in New York. I've been in Wyoming, and I've been able to look over the border into Canada. I'm like, oh, looks kind of nice. Looks kind of cold, but looks not kind of nice, kind of thing. But I've never actually been. I have friends there. I have family there, who live in Canada, and they keep trying to big up Canada like it's the next biggest thing. But again, Canada doesn't consider any kind of cyber security a gainful employment. If you're not a lumberjack or a moose handler or some they've got a specific criteria list, yet they will allow Twitch streamers to live in Canada. So you're letting Twitch streamers with a minimum of anywhere between 1,000 to 2,000 concurrent daily viewers, move to Canada and be considered an entertainer. But a cybersecurity specialist who actually protects things like the NHS, and because that's what I do, governmental bodies, free of charge. I don't charge the NHS for my work. I will go to my local hospital with my rubber duck, with my flipper and some other tools and whatnot, scanning for weaknesses in their IT department, in their hubs, you name it, and it's like, you need to change your password, you need to do, and I will leave a detailed report with the main suits in the NHS. Reading Hospital, St. Thomas's Hospital, King's College, I go around, I pay for my own travel, which is like £26 and change for a ticket from where I'm at to London, to go around central London to the all 11 or 12 main hospitals in London, St. Thomas's, King's, you know what I mean? Going from hospital to hospital, even the underground, you name it, I check them, I check everyone, and I leave detailed reports. because I want a better, stronger infrastructure for people, so that I know when I leave, those aren't going to be revenues. The reason why is because from 2004, when I first left the UK and moved it to the States, someone in 2005, late 2005, early 2006, stole my identity, national insurance number, birth certificate, everything. They got a hold of everything, and they run amok here in the UK. And I mean amok. They run amok in the UK. Run up credit cards, you name it. Fucked my credit score, history, you name it. Then they got Karma. Karma said, you know what? You fucked around, now you're going to find out. Karma, this person died in a tragic car accident, and because they had my ID and everything else on them, when they got the body, police being lazy as they are, because you are lazy pieces of shit, no offence, but offence given, put one and one together and came up with 12 and said, clearly this is Mr. Monahan. So a death certificate got issued for me. So when I was living in America, my passport got damaged, thanks to my ex-wife. When I went to go get a new passport, it got flagged. Because they were like, how can a dead man get a new passport? I'm like, I'm not dead, I'm right here. They're like, I'm sorry, you died in a car accident in Oldham. I'm like, I've never been to Oldham. Where the fuck is Oldham? They're like, it's just outside of Manchester. I'm like, no, never been there. Yeah, you have. No, I'm not. I'm telling you where I've been. I've never been there. I've been here since 2004. When did I supposedly die? Oh, April something 2006. I'm like, clearly not. And then, luckily, and I'm not going to say this luckily, the embassy got a hold of the British government, who then got a hold of my mother, who's already mourned me because she got a thing saying that I died in a car accident. They were getting ready to do doing a funeral and everything else, and whatnot, and they're like, no, your son is very much alive. Well, someone claiming to be your son is very much alive in the United States. And so they put me on the phone. I was like, Mum, it's me. She's like, Danny? Yeah, it's me, Mum. Mum, it's me. I have no idea who the fuck has got my ID and died in that car accident, but it weren't me. I'm very much alive, Mum. And I gave him relevant information, my dad's first name, date of birth, hospital, I gave them every fucking thing. And my mum just confirmed, yep, that's my boy, that's my boy, yep, that's my boy, that's my boy, that's my boy, that's my boy, And eventually they gave me a temporary passport to come back to England to sort it out. And while I was here, I got to spend time with my daughter, and I got it all sorted out. And I was like, fuck, my military pension. Once a death certificate is issued to you, the military immediately stop payments on any of your pensions because you're dead and they don't want to pay out. You've got to understand, the British Army has no money. They don't want to pay out if they don't have to. So I immediately got a hold of the family barrister. Yes, my family does have a barrister. They got a hold of the MOD. The MOD got the death certificate and was immediately about to stop check. And she's like, nope, he's alive. It was a misunderstanding. They wanted to do a sit-down interview. I did a sit-down interview with him. Monahan, Danny, Liam, Sir, Woolwich, Arsenal, second RTR, Gave him my staff sergeants. And they called in 3 or 4 different other people who looked at me dead in the face and said, "Right, Dan, how you doing, mate? I'm good, thank you, bro." And the lady's like, "Oh, then clearly there's definitely." I'm like, "Yeah, there has. Someone stole my ID." I then had to go to HSBC Bank, who was my primary banker. I was literally like £80,000 in the red with them because this person. I was like, no, this is a stolen identity. It wasn't me. I wasn't even in the country. And I showed them the deed to my house in America, my flight, my tickets, my visas, everything, my passport, stamped, everything. I was not in this country. Somehow this person, and I found out they had got my ID because the NHS had been data breached. So they had everything, birth certificate, name, they had everything, national insurance number, they had everything because it's all tied to your NHS number. And if they've got your NHS number, they've got you digitally by the balls. So I'm telling you, do not go with this digital ID bullshit. It's going to make my job a whole lot easier to just take who the fuck you are, take it away from you, and now you're nothing and I'm everything. Okay, and I'm not even that good. Please understand this. I am not even that good. There are hackers out there that are 10 times better than me. I go to hacker conventions, and I'm telling you, there are hackers out there that are 10 times better than me. I'm a script kiddie compared to some of these hackers. And some of them are as young as 12. So they've got their whole fucking life ahead of them just to get even godly better. Okay? Me? Nope, I'm a scrub. But it doesn't mean I don't want to learn, and there's tons of books up on that shelf. Up there. That are all about wanting to get better at my job. And I read them. All the fucking time. I read them. And I reread them. Because how is she supposed to get better? I do online courses for free wherever I can. Thank you, Alison. Thank you, other learning resources. I get my certs. I keep my certs up to date. Because that's what you got to do. And I do some freelance work once in a while off LinkedIn. Someone will reach out to me saying, hey, look, I need someone to pen test this app I'm working on. I sign an NDA, then I hack their app, and I give them my feedback. Now, APK point breaks and various other things is not my speciality as well. There's a there is a special kind of hacker for that as well, because that's more Android based, Apple OS based, and don't care. I'm more of a Linux. I do have Linux, Kali Linux on my laptop. I'm a Linux user. I also use Debian, Red Hat, and a few other versions of Linux. My main OS drive right now is Windows 11 with a Linux alternate OS. I just hit F8 when my system's booting. I can pick wherever I want to boot into. But point is, guys, now you know. Now you know what's with the hairline. Now you know what's going on with me, and yeah, where I've been, what I've got doing. I do have a sealed box. It's sealed, completely sealed. It's sealed, full of magic cards that I have yet to open because I'm going to be doing a cracking pack episode with my girlfriend Penny when she gets here tomorrow. She's going to be coming here tomorrow, so I'll be recording a cracking packs episode. She's going to be sitting at this desk with me, and we're going to be going through, and we're going to be cracking open some packs. I've still got to figure out the rear lighting. There's nothing I can do about it, guys. It's going to come through. It's going to come through. I've got to figure out placement, things of that nature. I might even move the computer desk to somewhere completely else. I don't know yet. Maybe across here. Again, I'm trying to figure it out, guys. I really am. But it is what it is, and it's a pain in the bum. So anyway, other than that, how are you guys? You good? Drinking water? You being kind to yourself? Have you eaten? Have you had a snack? Have you had a nap? Always be kind, even to yourself. Okay? And as my friend Red says, if women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy. Love you, Red. Well, coffee's done. So the video's done. Till then, guys, keep your shows line, keep your enemies down. Cobra Commander is out. And I'll see you guys in the next one.